What up, it's Big Cuz. Welcome to the channel. Got some more Pokemon Unite content for you today. This video is going to be the third episode of my Who's That Pokemon Unite wishlist series, where I take Pokemon I want to see in the game and design movesets and playstyles for them, see what it might actually look like. This episode is going to be covering Metagross, the Psychic and Steel type from Gen 3, the Sato Legendary, the Metal Crab supercomputer thing that might have came from space. I think it's a cool pick. I did a poll on Reddit with a bunch of Gen 3 Pokemon I wanted to see, and Metagross won by a landslide. So here we are. Let's get into it. I apologize for the posting hiatus. I just moved across the country, and I apologize for my voice because I think I might have COVID. So we're awaiting results and being safe about it. But let's get into this here. I got Metagross's character sheet. He is a defender. I was between a defender or all-rounder, but I already made two all-rounders. So he's got super high endurance, good attack, good mobility. I wanted to make him kind of like a mobile tank. You'll see what I'm going for as we get into it, but let's get into the level progression. So at level 1 you're going to be Beldum, at level 4 you turn into Metang, and at level 8 you have your final evolution into Metagross. I think these are kind of all just for show. I think the game might benefit from having all the Pokemon evolve at the same time just to balance out the spikes, but I kind of like the variability. It stays true to the OG games. But let's get into the kit here, and let me show you what I went with. So the passive is Clear Body. I'm actually pretty excited about it. I think it'd be cool. In the OG games, it prevents other Pokemon from being able to lower your stats. But in Unite, I gave it a little twist. Metagross passively summons a shield for itself that allows the user to ignore the first hindrance or crowd control effect that hits him. This shield has a long cooldown in between availability. 30 seconds, 45, a minute, I don't know. Seems pretty overpowered, but I think it would be pretty cool, because what will be better than a Snorlax trying to block the goal and you crab walking by and dunking it on his face? Or a Mime puts up his wall? Nope, crab walking right through it. Can't touch me. And it'd only be once every 30 seconds or a minute, you know, so it'd be the first hindrance, he gets hit by another one, he still gets affected. So it's just a little buffer. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be good for the game. But one thing I did want to say is that when I'm making these things and something seems overpowered, like, that's fine. Like, you want characters to be good. You want characters to be good and fun to play. Every single character should be strong. So that brings me to my next point. I think we need to cool it on calling for nerfs for everything. I think we should be calling for buffs on the worst characters. I mean, a little nerf here and there, but you see it in World of Warcraft. Nerfing classes into the ground doesn't fix the meta. It just leads to different things being overpowered, and you get the same unbalanced shit with different characters. So that's my 2 cents on that. But let's get into the basic attack. For this, we have every 4th auto attack. Metagross quakes the earth with his claws, lowering the defense and special defense of the target for a short time. With this, I kind of made it an ode to his Super Smash Bros. Assist trophy, where he's smashing people into the turf with an earthquake type shit. But I also, this with the passive, I kind of wanted to make him an anti-tank. So he is a tank, but he like moves through a hindrance, and then he lowers your special defense and defense. So he could kind of target a tank and kind of lead them to be ripped to shreds or something like that, I don't know. But let's get into the actual meat of the kit here. Actually, I found out researching to do this video that Beldum can only learn Takedown, and in some games he can learn Headbutt and Tackle. So I started out with that, staying true to the OG games. You guys know I love staying true to the OG games. But we'll go over the Headbutt tree first. So Headbutt would be a melee attack. The user slams its head into the target, obviously dealing damage and slowing that target. Then when you reach level 4 and you turn into Metang, you can select one of the 2 following moves, Zen Headbutt and Magnet Rise. Zen Headbutt, the user dashes to a target, dealing damage and confusing that target. When confused, a Pokemon's attacks and abilities have a 50% chance to deal damage to themselves. I don't know if that would cancel the ability. Maybe it just does damage on top of it. Maybe it cancels the ability. I think that might be a little much. And then the move upgrade would be increased damage. Not to the confusion part, just to the initial dash. Then we have Magnet Rise, creates a magnetic field around the user that slows enemies inside. When inside the field, the user is healed over time, and when an opposing Pokemon dies in the field, Metagross is granted a small permanent HP increase. So it would only be like opposing player Pokemon that would grant the HP increase. You couldn't just farm it and go crazy, although that would be kind of cool. And then the move upgrade is boost the speed of the user within the zone. So this is like Ninetales Auravale or Auroravale or whatever the hell it is. It's like she plants a circle on the ground. She has boosted attacks inside it. Same concept. And it plays with the other side of the tree. So let's get into that. Okay, so your other option at level 1 is Takedown. It's a dash. The user charges forward and slams the target, dealing damage and stunning opponents for 1 second. Then when you reach level 8, you evolve into Metagross. You can select one of the following 2 moves. Meteor Mash and Iron Defense. Meteor Mash is a range stun, basically. Range knockup. A meteor falls in a chosen location, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon and throwing them. Then the upgrade is increased damage. So I'm thinking you would play this with Zen Headbutt. This is kind of like a Cho'Gath range knockup. You knock them up in range. You try to target whoever you want to target with Zen Headbutt, confuse them, and that's how you engage the enemy. Then on the other side we have Iron Defense. The user gains a shield and boosted special defense and defense stats for a short time. While Iron Defense is active, the user's auto attacks push opponents backwards. So this would play with Magnet Rise. You put down your AoE slow, and then you like kind of patrol the border and try to push people into it, try to get them to die into it so you get that bonus XP, but you're trying to control the territory and positioning of people. Whereas on the other side you're acting as a bruiser. And then this move upgrade, it's kind of like a buddy barrier type thing. Iron Defense also grants a shield to the nearest ally Pokemon. But let's get into the alt, because I'm excited about the alt. Yeah, so here it is, the Unite move, Meteor Dive Bomb. Metagross takes flight in a chosen direction, traveling a very far distance. While in flight, the user can use this ability again to nosedive directly onto a location below, dealing damage and shoving enemies. Metagross cannot change direction mid-flight. If not used again, Metagross will automatically dive at the end of the flight's path. So basically he's taking off like a rocket ship, straight forward. I don't know how long it would be. Maybe you have it so that it gets longer every time you use it, because that way you have to balance out when you're using it and trying to use it enough times so that you have a nice long range alt at the end that you can either use to try to steal Zapdos, score a last second goal, or I don't know, wall the team off from Zapdos. There's a bunch of different ways to use that, and maybe you don't even want to use it on Zapdos, you want to use it before so that you can get this cooldown to reset to go try to steal a goal later. Yeah, I think there's a lot of different ways you could go with this alt in this kit, especially in the way Unite plays. It's like territory control is so important, so you can be playing offense or defense on objectives with your alt or your Iron Defense Magnet Rise combo. You can confuse people, you can walk through Snorlax's block. I just think it'd be a really fun, powerful character. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments, like, subscribe, and all that. And then the next one, we're doing Gen 4. So I'm going to post another Reddit poll with Gen 4 Pokemon I'd like to see. Go vote on that, and I'll see you soon. Peace.